You saying hello to everyone?
Mm-hmm. If I can type, I can barely type. Hello. Happy Friday, everybody.
Hey, everyone. How's
What's
it going?
Oh, sorry. I shrunk.
And there you go. That's how Friday starts. She shrinks.
What's going on?
Did you just like pull the thing and just go straight down?
No, I was trying to push myself up, and then it just went down. I was just seeing if everybody was awake on this Friday night.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
TGIF.
Yes.
JC Live Show.
Wow.
Free Speech Friday.
I'm so glad you guys are here.
I know. It's good. It is really good.
We got earplugs?
Yes. We have like...
I'm trying to not listen to Joe, but it's not working.
Yeah,
Now he's really all in my head.
Yeah. You know what? Do us a favor. Let us know how the audio sounds right now. Are we loud enough? Are we clear?
Should I start singing?
You should start singing. No, we got volume is good.
The little bit of people that are here will leave.
Gone. That's it. They're gone. Yeah.
Loud enough. Lots of bass.
Lots of bass. Okay.
Sounds good. Yay.
Sounds good.
Big
All right.
difference since last Friday, huh?
Little bit of a difference. Yeah, I've been working on it this week. New ear monitors, a new mic. So instead of using the mic the two lapel mics that we had, they just didn't sound nice at all. It was just a hot ass mess. Now we're using a Sennheiser, and it's just an awesome mic. I mean, we use it in TV production all the time, but I never bought one because they're expensive. And I'm like, I'm so sick and tired of all these mics. I have burned through, I don't know, just countless mics. And I finally said, you know what, let me just get the mic that we use on set and call it a day. And that's what we're doing here. So this is the same thing we would use on a boom. So anyways, so there you go. We should sound clear.
Yes,
and,
everybody says we sound great.
Awesome.
5x5 audio is fine. Happy Free Speech Friday, Low Tech Greg. I'm just going to shout out a couple of you guys since you're
Please
here. Do. Shannon, sure, why not? Did you notice crackling with your new microphone, or is it just me?
No crackling.
Ricky Joe, Low Tech Greg, Skippy Joe, Walton Sun Farm, William Baverick. Who else? 83 Jeep. Hey, Lake County. I didn't know you were in Lake County, Cali. Maybe I did. I forgot.
Lake County.
George, how are you? Memorable places. Colin, JJ Santos, Gary McAdams, Piney Woods, Skippy, USA. I love that little cowboy emoji, by the way. It's my favorite.
Cute.
Joe Bosey, piss on everything.
There you
Tomorrow's
go.
Saturday.
Piss on everything.
I feel like every time we come on Friday, I sound like a broken record. It's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a week.
But it's, yeah.
But it kind of has.
It has, yeah.
Probably for everyone,
Colin
not just us.
McHugh. Hello. Flying, I was going to say frying pretzel. Flying pretzel.
The flying
Tom
pretzel.
Mussington. Thomas Zett. Yep. We are here.
Yeah, so if you guys have a question, put at JCristina before the question, at JCristina. It just makes it a lot easier to be able to find during the feed. So definitely do that. That makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
So there was a bunch of things that we talked about this week. Some interesting things. Matter of fact, video just went out today, which was the SpaceX video about the $250 additional fee that some people are finding that they have to pay, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It has to do with there's a lot of congestion. It's like a fee so that people say, oh, this $250, or some people are getting charged $100. There are people who are saying, oh, Elon Musk is trying to make more money on people and all that stuff. And the truth of the matter is that's not the case. He wants less people to sign up in these areas that currently do not have enough supply for the people that are already there. So he doesn't want the people that are in these areas to be affected. And like I always say, if you have a piece of pie, you have a full pie and 8 people come and you cut that thing into 8 pieces, everything is fine. Everyone gets an equal slice of pie. What happens when 10 people show up at the door instead of 8? Now all of a sudden you're cutting the pie into 10, and when you do so, what happens? Everyone's pie is smaller. Basically, everyone's throughput is less. you're going to end up with slower speeds. So we need bigger pie, more pie, right? And that's what the version 3 satellites are going to give us once they're on orbit, when they drop them off there with SpaceX's Starship. So anyways, we talked about that. A couple other things that we talked about, we can get into it today, is the...
Don't be so boring.
No, I always like to put it out there, what I talked about. So if they have some questions on it, they can give them to me. I don't,
You're
whatever.
going to get a pop quiz later. Make sure you have your number 2 pencils sharpened, preferably, maybe an eraser.
Exactly. We're going to use, matter of fact, we're going to use number 2 pencils. And we're going to run it through an old school machine.
We don't have that. Nobody has that anymore.
Should we do like the little
little
punch?
bubbles?
No.
Or
How about the
punch?
little punch?
No, that doesn't work either.
We can do the hanging Chad thing.
Oh my
Be like,
God.
what did you really pick? I don't know. Look at the Chad.
Right here. Speaking of super chats.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
There is
do
a
you like
super
that?
chat.
You
Wow.
like that?
Shannon with the super chat. Let me say, busting the super chat. Cherry, thank you so much, Shannon. We always appreciate everything you do. We appreciate all of the super chats, everything. It does help out a lot. Official TGIF, live on air. Cause the purple hair. Yes.
I've got the purple hair.
You got it. You got the purple
Oh,
hair
I just
today.
got crazy hair today.
Yeah. My hair, you shaved it. Look at this. She finally faded me up. I don't have to wear a damn hat. When you see these videos when I'm wearing a hat all the time, it's because my hair is jacked.
Why is this one piece sticking straight up, though? Why do you always do that? It's a
I don't know.
reflection of me.
Lick it.
Style it. Ew, style it properly.
Spit on it.
That's gross.
Anyways, the two other videos was, one had to do with the Starlink Generation 4, the Gigabit connection or whatever with Generation 4. Also, the EU receiving that warning from Carr over there, saying, listen, don't use China, use SpaceX. And people kind of got on me for that one, but it is what it is. And then before that, we talked about SpaceX paying people to hack their system. Which was a lot of fun talking about that one. That was like the end of last week, I think. Anyways, those are just some of the things. If you want to get into any of them, let me know. You want to talk about quantum?
Ricky Joe.
We can do that.
Lord, I had to hear about this quantum conversation the other night. Good Lord.
All right, I won't get too deep into
Ricky
quantum.
Joe, I wish, sorry, I was in town today at a business and they had both a guest Wi-Fi and visitor Wi-Fi. The visitor one had a password and the guest one was open. What is the purpose to have both? True.
So
Monitor?
so they usually, whenever you go to an event and you have one that's locked and one that's not, the one that's locked is usually for press. I went to press. I'm considered press at many different events with press pass and stuff, and we would get Wi-Fi at the events that was locked down just for us to use, and then they would have another lockdown one that would be just for the people that are paying for the booths. We actually did both, so we had 2 different Wi-Fi, and then you have the guest one that everyone uses and just completely just beats the hell out of, and you have very poor signal. So that's really why they divide it up, so that the people that are paying get better signal, and the people that are press get even better signal than that, because we're constantly trying to send out either a live broadcast or at least a feed, so that someone on the other end could be editing it. So that's kind of what it's all about.
Alrighty. I know I just saw one pop up. Hello to Thomas Gallagher. First time watching live stream.
Oh,
Love
wow.
your videos. Welcome to the Friday
Thank you for being
show.
here.
AKA Free Speech Friday.
Free Speech
AKA
Friday.
the shit show.
The shit show, exactly. So
There's all kind of free speech
by
Friday.
the end of this, or before you leave, let me know if I'm anyone different than the person that you see on these videos for the last 1,500 videos or whatever.
Freedom Friday. No one.
No. Yeah, Freedom Friday. I'll take it. It works.
Red Brazos said, love to see.
What is that, Red
what did it
Arms?
say? Yeah. Great to see a father and daughter show.
Yes, exactly. I'm actually
That's
the granddad.
funny. Oak Fig, I think that's his old lady, bro. And 83 Jeep, with your Pi router, with your 3.1 connections, are you still using Speedify?
I am not currently using Speedify. I'm just using the Pi, and it works pretty good. because it does failover, it does fallback. I'm using the Pi router, or using the Pi, okay, and then I have the 3 connections. I have a Gigabit connection. I also have T-Mobile home internet, and I have, of course, the SpaceX Starlink connection. All 3 going into the Pi. Anyways, I'm using like an open WAN type of deal, open WRT, and then we're using MWAN 3. MWAN 3 is basically what we use for dividing up or bringing all of the connections into one. So that's what does the whole fallback, the failover, let's say. So yeah, that's what I'm using. And that's it. I'm not using any, $1,000 router or nothing. I'm literally using a $68 Raspberry Pi because I'm a nerd and I wanted to see if I can do it. And I wanted to see if this thing could actually hold a gigabit connection. And it does.
Oh, something's streaming behind us.
Yeah, it does that. It's YouTube, hold on.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, I heard voices. And they're not in my head.
I know, it's usually me talking.
Oh my God. Okay, let me see. JJ Santos, Scantron. Remember Scantron? That was another name.
Yes.
Joe Bosi asked,
Scantron.
Who is behind the potential Spectrum auction of military Spectrum?
It's a good question. I don't know. I haven't really researched it much. I don't know what's going on with the whole Spectrum stuff. Spectrum is like the new Bitcoin. I mean, there's a limited amount of spectrum, and what is happening is the same thing that's happening in the U.S. is happening in Europe. The same thing is happening in China, East Asia, just everywhere. It's spectrum, 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 and that's why a lot of these people are trying to get on orbit as many satellites as possible and being able to kind of grab as much spectrum as possible. Also, SpaceX Starlink just got extra spectrum. They got extra bandwidth, let's say, extra frequency to push gigabit speeds. Now, it's not here yet, but it will be. So a lot of them are doing that. And it's kind of like a race. It's a space race. But instead of trying to get to the moon, it's like who can get as much spectrum as possible in low Earth orbit, in LEO. The same thing that's going to be happening now with the decommissioning of the ISS, right? The International Space. So the reason being is the ISS is going to be decommissioned, and what they're going to end up doing is they're going to go private. It's all going to be privatized. So private companies will be putting ISSs, let's say, on orbit. Basically places where you can do research. It could be some type of medical research. It could be whatever in the low gravity or no gravity environment. So I did a video, matter of fact, today about it. It'll come out on Monday, and I talk a little bit about it, I think, in depth. So check out that video coming up. But it's very interesting, and it is definitely another one of these races, just like Spectrum. It's going to be a race to get new labs, let's say, in space. Right now, I really like the ISS, and the reason being is that it is international, truly international. The last rocket went up. It had, I believe it was like either it was a Japanese or a Chinese person that had like a Russian on board, an American on board. That's the one thing that's really nice about ISS. No one cares from where you come. It's just we're going to deliver you safely to that location, and then you're going to be able to do whatever work you're working on for your government, for your state, for your whatever you're doing. So yeah, I think that's the one thing. And once I think we see it go privatized, I think we're going to start seeing, oh, this is a red, this is, like the Russian, location. This is only the American site. And I think that's just not good, in my personal opinion. There's smart people from every side, and I think sharing knowledge is a good thing to do. And I think that they will end up doing some type of consortium that kind of feeds all of this information into one place. I will stop now. She kicked me 4 times because I go on and on. So I apologize.
Thomas Gallagher, thanks for the super chat.
Thomas, thank you so much for that.
I like the little dude jumping
Look at the
around.
little guy. I love it. What has he got coming out of his head? Is that a leaf?
It looks like a leaf.
It does look like a leaf. That's
you,
awesome.
Thomas.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Thomas. Appreciate it. Really do appreciate it.
Love it. Super
Very
cute.
helpful.
There's like stuff coming through.
Okay.
But hold on. In
Go
my
ahead.
chat, it got really super big instead of small, so I'm
Okay.
just kind of. Rich Franklin. Where again are those areas again? No. Where again are those areas again? As I'm in Chicago by Midway Airport. Shush. Everything was super fast, but this thing is so reliable. It's not funny.
Oh, you mean the areas where you're having to pay extra, you mean? Or what do you mean by the areas? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, memorable places. Hello, sailor, meaning me.
Yes.
Taking bets on how long it will gonna take Fab to use the F word. You never know.
She is definitely a sailor.
I am not having alcohol today, but I really needed a cup of coffee tonight, so that's what I'm having tonight.
Oh,
So
that's all right. I have
you
my
know.
tea actually. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
What else is new?
You're having your tea. Mark Spencer.
Did you just put like a pinky up?
Will I be able to get just a Gen 4 router and use my Gen 3 dish?
No. Most of the time what they're doing, the same thing with like if you have a mini, you need to use the same, what is for it. A lot of it has to do with the connections. So yeah, no, you most likely will not. I don't think you will be able to. Don't hold me to it, but I would say 9 out of 10, you're not going to be able to use it. And you know, it's okay, and the reason being is the price is coming down so quick. I mean, literally, you can get a SpaceX Starlink whole setup for the cost of like a gaming router. I personally would not even use a SpaceX router at all. What I would do is I would bypass it and I'd push that into a gaming router, an AX router. And everyone that I've told, matter of fact, Shannon is here, he'll tell you, everyone that I've told to do that has just been amazed how much faster their SpaceX Starlink connection is using a gaming router because it's made for the speed. It's made for low latency. It doesn't have problems with dealing with a lot of devices simultaneously and other things that an AC router has. So anyways, just check out a gaming router. If you can get your hands on one for $200 or whatever, get that and just don't even use the Starlink router. That's my suggestion.
Really quick, thank you to another super chat.
Oh, wow.
Joey.
It's Joe.
Joe, sorry, I don't know. I keep wanting to say Joey. Joe.
Thank you.
Bosi, thank you very much for this.
Bosi, thank
super
you so
chat.
much. Really appreciate that. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Thank you.
Oak Fig, I missed your question, but did you see that Slate truck?
Oh, yeah, but
What is that about?
yeah. You know what? Let's do this tonight, guys. Let's do this. If there is, like the Slate truck, if you have a URL, okay, and you want me to take a look at it, put it in the chat. If you have a video that you want me to take a look at or us to take a look at live, put it in the chat. We can do that now. We couldn't do it before. So you guys can hear it. We can hear it. We have our ears on, so we can actually, you know, make some of this stuff happen that we couldn't do before. So definitely.
In case you didn't know, I have ears on now. Before I didn't have ears, but
Yeah,
now I do.
I have ears too.
Except for they fit so much better in Joe's ears because he has big old ear holes. And mine keep wanting to pop out, and he's yelling
Yeah,
at me.
no, it's
I
true,
can't
but-
push him in anymore.
But you know what? You could probably like push them in and then bend this to like where it's
my little ears, they're little. Those are big old ears. Look at that big old hole.
My little ears.
Get out.
Oh my God.
Peter Gosling, what are you doing?
Is it Peter?
Yes.
Peter twice.
Gifting 40
That's 40 memberships.
40
Wow,
memberships
Peter.
tonight, you guys. If you just got a membership, please reach out to Peter Gosling and give a shout out and a thank you and a happy Friday for that.
Absolutely.
We
Thank you so much,
appreciate it.
Peter.
Thank you,
Wow.
Peter.
It's really,
You're the
really
best.
nice. Really nice. Yes. We're not going to read them all because there is 40 of you.
Yes.
But if you just got a free gifted membership from Peter, definitely say thank you.
Absolutely.
Definitely say thank you.
Okay, hold on.
No,
it's-
Honey Badger. I see.
Honey
is
Badgers is late, but here.
Late, but made it.
Hold on.
What
This
is
thing
that?
is stuck. Hold on. Okay.
Are you-
no,
are you-
I got it. Relax. I got it.
Oh, you know what? The Slate truck. Now I just brought up a picture of it. I remember I was reading an article about this. Really cool, the Slate truck. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Oh, it's a
here.
Bezos truck. I didn't know that.
No, actually, let me see here. Slate truck. Here we go.
It doesn't look like anybody can fit inside.
Okay, so this is what it is. Let me switch
looks
over
like a
so you guys
Bronco.
can see it.
It's like a wannabe
Let me see.
Bronco.
Can you guys see it? There we go. So
oh,
check.
you can pop off the back.
No. So what this is, it's an electric truck, okay? But hold on, it's an electric truck that doesn't even have a radio. It is like it's like a do-it-yourself type of truck. You build it however you want it. There's no radio, there's no nothing. It's just the bare essentials to make it a truck that makes it allowed to be on the road.
How long is that bed?
It's probably short as shit.
It's not a truck.
Let me see. Are you guys seeing this? Yeah, you guys can see it. Move that that subscribe out of there.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
From where?
Okay, no problem. I will find it. There you go.
Oh, I couldn't see that before.
Yeah, so
It wasn't popping up.
yeah, this is it's an EV. It's by this. It's called the Slate truck, and if you look at it here, God, look how many ads these freaking people have in here. Just craziness. But yeah, so this is what it looks like, which
I
is
think
really
the
weird.
surfboard is
But
bigger.
look at the amount. It says it's the first car. It's actually a truck, EV truck, which now listen to this. It turns out it can be configured as a small SUV if desired. The base version is also proposed to cost less than $20,000 after the federal incentive. So
That's
you know,
expensive.
no, that's cheap as hell. I mean,
If
today.
I have to put it together?
Well, no, you're not building the damn truck.
Well, you said DIY.
Holy shit.
Did he not say that? I was like, wait a second.
Help
what?
me, people. Just help me out here. No, it means that like you can put like whatever radio you want. You can do like anything and you want. You can do a build out with it.
Right.
It has the
But it
bare
doesn't
essentials for
come
it to
with it,
work,
so
and
you
that
have
it doesn't
to,
come with
buy
it. You just buy. Yeah, you
so
just build it.
that's kind of expensive if I have to buy extra.
Well, I mean, 20,000. I mean, trucks now are freaking $80,000.
I know, but the
You get a
shit is
truck
already
like crazy.
overpriced. Is my point.
Did she say shit is
Yes.
overpriced? So 20,000.
Shit is overpriced.
The one thing that I don't see here in this article, which I did read, I think it was 150-mile like maximum distance or something. That is shit compared to like an EV from like a Tesla or something that has like 300, 400 mile range. So 150 is really crap range, you know. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just think it's cool that they're doing something like this. It reminds me back in the day, you'd be able to get a car for like $6,000. It was like, what was it, a Yugo? Yeah, it was a Yugo.
Oh my god!
I think it was, what was it,
Yeah, how much
Czechoslovakian
was
or something?
And how
a
much
Yugo?
was it?
I don't know.
It was like
It was like $6 grand. It was
$6,000, yeah.
So, and it was a car. It actually
That was
worked.
cheap.
It had a hard
Unless
time getting
Joe
onto the
drove
highway.
it, and then he would just yank the transmission clean off while flying over Copans Road in Pompano, and going over the railroad tracks and leaving the transmission on the Yugo behind.
I did nothing of the sort. Okay.
Sure.
I did use it. It was a company car.
Oh, and it
because
was
the-
a company car.
com-
Imagine that. Hired this guy to drive around your
And I
company car.
was because I did, I remember I was, did commercial art, advertising, design. I was delivering some of the layouts and stuff to the different ad agencies, and I went over a railroad track, and the exhaust got stuck on the railroad track because it was such a piece of shit, and it literally ripped the entire exhaust off the engine. And now this Yugo is screaming as loud as you can possibly hear
my
it.
God.
And the exhaust, not just the muffler, but all the way from the engine. So the whole big long shit was sitting on top of the tracks. And what was interesting is Midas, or whatever, Midas, remember that?
Meineke.
Midas? No, it was Midas. Anyways,
there is- yeah.
this company, they used to do like what? They did all the
the mufflers.
all the
like
mufflers,
Jiffy,
right?
like Jiffy Lube
It was like a
and stuff,
Jiffy Lube
yeah.
for mufflers. Was right over the tracks. So I came pulling in. The thing is screaming as
Didn't
loud.
you have to run back and get the muffler?
We had to drag the exhaust.
I didn't. I wasn't there.
She wasn't here. It was me. I had to drag the exhaust back so they can go and remount this damn thing to this piece of crap. I gotta see if I can find a Yugo. Is that
Yeah,
even-
see, okay, so first of all, someone else said that it looks like a 1970s Bronco, and Shannon said that you did say DYI,
Oh,
and he said better than saying DEI.
yes, that's true.
Yes. So
Okay, so here's a picture of me. This is the picture of me. There it is. And this is me, and I'm inside. Fab. Here you go. So this is me, and this is my
That's
Yugo.
it. Did you have the stash? You had the stash too.
I think I had the stash too. So this was me, and this was just prior to ripping off the exhaust.
Man, oh man, you guys.
Yeah. So.
It's ugly. See, Dutch says it's ugly. I think it's kind of ugly. It looks like a Bronco.
Oh,
but
the Slate,
like it's
the
just,
Slate, yeah.
I think it's a lot of money for that, but that's just me. Whatever. If I have to sit there and add stuff to it, that's like all a la carte, and then by the time you're done, it's like $35,000.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But you did it yourself.
It's kind of expensive, just a little bit, expensive.
You know, can we find a Yugo? It's $3,900. It's perfect.
No,
Look at
it's
that.
right. Look, there's a whole bunch.
Let me
Look.
get one.
See, what do you like?
Mac
that?
it out.
Look
Yeah.
at this thing, Yugo.
Look at it. That one's macked out.
Of the
Look.
worst car in history. Look, the rise and fall of the worst car in history. I mean, this
Oh my
thing was
God.
such a bollock. This was such a. Oh, look, there's the price. And there's the ad. When I was telling you $6,000, ours was fully loaded. So here you go. You can buy it at $3,990 at the time. What a big ball of ass.
Sarah said, JC, how many bathroom tiles can it hold? At the
You know, if
Bronco.
you loaded it
No,
up with this thing?
I don't know, maybe both.
I don't know. Yeah, the
a
Slate.
Yugo wouldn't move
This
if you
thing,
loaded
yeah, you
it
load
up.
it up, the whole back end would hit the floor. So yeah.
Oh, that's right, William. See, with the jingle, do you remember?
What is
Trust
that?
the Midas touch.
There it is.
That's what it was.
That's exactly it. Trust the Midas touch.
William said I'd rip off the mustache too. A caterpillar in your face.
Look at this thing.
Java man.
Look at that. Slate.
Yes, Welch and Son Farm. It says 5-foot long surfboard. That's a small bed. LOL. That's what I said.
Yeah, look at it. It's
That
tiny.
you can't call that a truck, especially when our 17-year-old son has a Ford 250 outside.
Yes.
Diesel. That's a truck.
Big, nasty thing. So, yeah, but this is it. I don't know. Oh, it's ready. I don't know.
Is it made in the USA though?
I don't know who makes the damn Slate.
That's what Welch and Son asked.
Yeah, that's a good question. Here, you know what? Let's chat GPT it. How if we do that? Is the Slate truck made in the
Wait, you
USA?
want to see a photo of Joe with a stash?
Oh my God.
I think I can make that possible right now. I'm going to look for it, you guys.
It says, yes, the Slate is made in the USA. There you go. Slate,
Wait,
it's called Slate
because-
Auto. The manufacturer, the headquarters in Troy, Michigan, plans to produce the vehicle at a facility in Indiana. The company emphasizes commitment to domestic manufacturing as part of a mission to reindustrialize America. There you go. Slate truck is designed to be affordable, minimalistic, electric pickup truck, under $28,000, potentially drop below $20,000 after federal EV incentives, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. It's the Slate. It is the Slate. So what is this Bezos? Oh, it's Bezos-backed. Well, of course it's bullshit
I
then.
said that when
it's
you pulled
Bezos
it up.
bullshit. Of course, now we
he doesn't
get
hear
it.
when I'm talking.
Bezos-backed Slate Auto wants to take on Tesla, and just stop already. Just stop, God. This dude. He just needs. You know what he needs to do? He needs to put one of his Blue Origin rockets into low Earth orbit, and stop flying these girls like up to like the borderline of atmosphere and then bringing them back. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so there you go. He backs this thing like he's really going to compete with Tesla with this. I mean, I don't even know. But I like the idea of having something that is just kind of like, you know, DIY, and you just do whatever you want with it. But at 150 miles maximum, you know, if it was cold out, it would get probably 80 miles and the shit would be dead. So I guarantee you, when this thing does come out eventually, you're going to see them stuck on the road all the
Shannon
time.
said, does Yugoslavia even exist anymore?
Isn't that where the Yugo came from? I don't know.
Jim McHale, they offered it Yugo in a convertible last year. You guys.
Oh my God.
Memorable places. I'm remembering, right? Didn't a RV company give away a crap Yugo when you purchased an RV from the
I wouldn't doubt it.
promo? Oh, that's
I would
funny.
not doubt that at all.
Mark I'm sorry, Mark. I always mess this up. Potochnik.
Potochnik?
Potochnik.
Potochnik?
I'm sorry. $10,000 Toyota EV, $10,000 BYD Seagull, now the $20,000 Bezos pickup. Why are they? Where are they?
You know what? I'm gonna have to do like a Photoshop on this pickup and put like a Bozo's nose on there and just have like Bozo back behind the wheel. I would love that. That'd be
George
some fun stuff.
Ordway, the Ford Pinto was the worst car in history. I was a little kid and would fall asleep in the back of my mom's Pinto right over the gas tank. Good Lord.
Right over the gas tank as you're breathing.
Wait,
Yeah.
my first car that my parents let me drive that we owned, it was a piece of shit, but it was a Ford Granada.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a piece
the
of crap.
horn was on the side.
Burp, burp. Burp.
And I used to drive it in high school, but because I was a hustler, I would pick up because it was bench seats, like in the front and in
Yeah.
the back. So I had a few routes in the
Had
morning.
movie night in there.
No.
Oh.
And then I would pick up friends to go pick up for school in the morning and drop off after school. So I would bank $150 cash every week for gas money.
She's a scammer.
I was working. I was
Yeah,
hustling.
you were working. No,
That wasn't
that
scamming?
ain't- That's not scamming. That's,
It was.
that's working.
Yeah. It was
That's
a
good.
service.
That's a service. Absolutely.
But yeah, Ford Granada.
Ford Granada. There you go.
Good times.
Yeah.
Sarah said, JC, Trump's new Tonka truck, a
Yeah.
new toy to play with.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe Bezos will give him a Tonka truck, just like Elon.
Mo's in the house. He said his harem, you mean, for Bezos.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Guys, if you have a question, put at
Yes.
JCristina. At
Did
JCristina.
those girls actually get into orbit, or was it fake? Watch our
You know-
last video, our last Friday night video. It's a whole to-do.
Yeah.
That was Java Man's
It
question.
matter of fact, I just had, we talked about this. Shannon, we were emailing back and forth. Shannon, I want to know your thoughts on it. Someone was saying how the door swung in instead of swinging out. And if it did swing in, it's 100% fake because the doors wouldn't be swinging in. Yeah, that's not how it would be made. So I need to rewatch that. Maybe we can rewatch it because I really enjoyed it.
Oh, Skippy USA said, I have a 2011 and a 2016 Ford F-250 trucks and a 2023 F-150 for the farm. I love them. Jeez, you have a whole collection.
That is a collection. Holy.
No one. Jeff's fake space. Mo is laughing at me for saying hustler.
Hustler.
Oh, and Jim McHale. Remember Suzuki?
Suzuki.
Yes.
Yes. But wait. How about the Isuzu?
Oh, yes.
The Isuzu, that little tiny. There is some guy that drops off. When I drop off my son at school, right? He comes by in this Isuzu thing, and it's literally no bigger than my desk. And his son is sitting next to him, and the wheels are this big. It's smaller than the golf cart wheels on my golf cart, and he's just, and it's
Wait.
an Isuzu straight from Japan or something.
Dutch Linux said the door did swing in and out. Wait, which car was that?
No. He's talking about the what damn car? What was it? What was it? The Perry thing? What was her name?
Isuzu Impulse.
Was that it? The little, it looked like a van type of thing, van truck looking thing. The Isuzu. That's what the dude has.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
You guys, honey badgers, I'm going to try to find that picture of Joe. You're going to die laughing, you guys.
You do that. I'm
going to find a picture of me and Joe from back in the day when we first started dating so you can laugh at both of us. It's great, though. I love it. I'm here for it.
All right, guys.
I
here we
love
go.
roller skating, Jim McHale. Lived for those
Okay,
nights.
here we go. You do that. Let me throw this on, guys. You can listen to this.
Throw it on,
I won't make it too loud. I don't think. Let's see. Hopefully, there's no copyrighted music.
This is
or
Google
something.
Pixel
Everything's
9a with
copyrighted,
Gemini.
everything.
It's free at Verizon.
Can't have
with
fun
plans
anymore
starting at
because-
$30 a line. And
All
this
right,
is
of
Nicole
course we have
asking,
to have the
where the
ad.
heck are you? And
That's
Gemini
okay.
helping you
As soon as
respond
the ad
in
is
stylish
over,
Shakespeare.
we'll be able to
Get
see
Google
it.
Pixel
Let's
9a
see.
on us and our new
This
3-year price
is-
lock guarantee with plans
This is
starting at
amazing.
$30 a line.
Absolutely amazing.
Here
we go.
Oh, those women. I thought,
Listen.
cringe, you guys. Cringe again.
Behind you, look right behind you. It's okay, do it up there. Flint, I got you. I got you. Look right behind you. It's okay, do it up there. Flint, I got you. I got you, Flint.
Oh, the moon! You guys, I don't have to tell you, look at the moon. Look.
Okay. Look at the moon. Oh my gosh. So whoa, whoa, whoa.
So that was the question. Is this real or is it green screen? I wonder if they show them getting out. Hold on. Let me fast forward a little
says
bit.
it all right there. So, Katie, I'll
they don't show them
jump
getting
to you for a comment. You holding up that daisy, I know you got to tell me outside the capsule how important that was, not only because it's your daughter's name, but everything that it encompasses for you, and I would love for you to share it with the audience.
Can't.
I don't know if I can
Okay,
cry
you guys.
anymore.
I don't know if I can cry anymore.
Daisies, sometimes people consider daisies weeds because they grow everywhere and through everything, and they show up
They show up,
in
you
so
guys.
many different places.
smoking
but
weed.
daisies are just so resilient.
They're resilient.
And flowers, for me, I believe, are like God's laughter.
God's
and
laughter,
God's smile.
flowers are.
And I brought a daisy because I have so much love for my daughter Daisy, and I have so much love for Mother Earth. And I believe you can see
I love
the
Mother Earth
beauty
too, but if
in
she's listening
the
to you,
Mother
she's telling you to
Earth
shut
in a
up. You sound like an
single
idiot.
resilient daisy. That's why I brought it.
Holy hell. So yeah, so that was
My
that's
daughter
the
is
that's
being
the
treated
daisy
for
thing.
leukemia.
That's the daisy thing. I don't know.
It hit me hard. It
Okay, you
did.
guys, I found a picture. You ready?
Being a girl dad,
Holy
it really
God.
just melted
Wait, how
my
do you
heart.
do it?
Well, you could.
It
You know what? Maybe I can
changes
go like this.
everything.
You just
Let's see. We'll see if we can.
you
flip
feel
it. Hold on.
hopeless at that
Wait.
moment. Once we got
Hold
the
on.
first
Let me turn
initial
this
hit,
off.
it was just
There we go. All right. So, does that work? It does work. Look
Oh,
at the
wow.
hands.
Wait, hold on. Oh, shoot.
This is there. You go. Right over here. You can go up to here.
Yeah, I know, but this way or flip it the other way?
I don't know. Just put it up there and see what works for you. Now you got it upside down, which is fine too.
Well, that I just asked you. My
Just look at the
God.
screen. Look at that mustache. Look at that hair.
That's
Look
19.
at Fabiola's hair.
Oh my God.
Holy
Could I look any
shnikes.
more Puerto Rican? Good Lord. You looked so Italian, Joey.
What do you mean? I'm in the mop.
My mom thought you were.
All right, guys. See? This
How's
is
that for Friday
this-
night? Someone said I forgot your name, I'm sorry, that they were missing Hannity tonight for watching us.
Come
That
on.
is like, I hope I gave you something fun to look at.
Hannity. That means a lot.
Fresh out of the wedding singer, Shannon.
Exactly. You see that?
Joe looks like a Mexican high on drugs.
I told you I look like the guy that was on inside the Yugo. I wasn't kidding. Man.
Oh my God, that is the best. And Sarah said, when women go to space, their hair floats up. When men go to space, something else floats up. Sarah.
Sarah. What the hell?
Oh my God, that's great. Great. I love it.
Oh no,
That's good shit.
Hollywood Access did this for them. Hold on, look. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is Hollywood Access. This is what they do.
This is so ridiculous. How's that, Sarah?
What's up, guys? It's Benny. I'm no rocket scientist, as they say, but I know the difference between a
Oh
real
my
rocket
God.
returning to Earth, like right
my God.
here, where
I don't even know. So yeah, my understanding is that that door did swing both ways, and I don't know. So yeah, a spacecraft's door is very
my
similar
God.
to a door like in a submarine or any capsule like that. They're literally sucked on from the outside, and some of them actually get bolted shut from the outside, and they need to be blasted out to take the occupants out.
yeah.
You don't have to do that now as much, but it was like that at one time.
Okay,
so,
really
yeah.
quick,
Yes, go
Shannon.
ahead. Questions?
Really quick, let me just say this real quick. Honey Badgers, love that pic, guys. Correct me if I am wrong. I think the vomit comet costs a lot less to experience weightlessness. The most interesting man in the world says, "Stay woke, my friends."
Yes.
Joe, you were a stud, Ron said. Jim said, Joe, you need to check out the link. The guy breaks it down the best. Tom, that picture was right out of Saturday Night Fever. Ricky Joe. Joe looked like the white version of Lionel Richie.
That's right. That's good.
Oh my God.
I had the sweet mullet.
Shannon.
A beautiful, beautiful mullet.
He did have a good mullet.
I had just a picture.
That was like a
perfect.
work of
You know
art.
what? Now it's a toupee.
Low-tech Greg
this is
said,
glued on.
You look like John Oates in that picture.
John Oates. Yeah,
Mo
kinda.
said, "Bring back the stash."
Wait a second.
Oh my God.
I actually I did a mustache
Memorable
and beard.
places, Joe. You look like a wannabe pimp.
This shit ain't that funny.
It is. It's good. I'm gonna see if I can find another one. I've got plenty.
Well,
Oh, Joe looks like the Mexican high on drugs there. That is just the best. That's hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, Shannon, thanks for the super chat. When you get a moment, check your email. I sent you something very special.
okay. I will definitely do that. Matter of fact, I'll do it
Oh
now.
my gosh, that was funny. That's funny. Kevin Thiel, hi. Happy Friday.
How are you doing?
I know, that white version of Lionel Richie. That's funny.
Shannon.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Let me see if I missed it. If you have a question, put it at JCristina before it so I can see it, you guys. I'm just trying to see if I missed anything. No, this is great. Great stuff. I did see something. I thought I read it, but maybe not. George said, correct me if I am wrong.
Look
Oh,
on
no,
the
I
screen.
did. What?
That's thanks, Shannon. I appreciate that.
Great.
I like it.
That's really good. That's
I like
funny.
it. We got Bozo there. We got it. We got it. Oh my God.
That's funny.
I don't know. You cannot make this shit up. Every time, and that's why a lot of people are like, oh, why are you so against Jeff Bezos? And it's just
Because he's a bozo.
Because he's just such a
Such a
punk
clown.
ass. He is a punk ass. I don't even know what else to say. Can I just tell you something about his punk ass and Amazon today? I just want to, just so you get an idea on how like his company runs. Okay, so I ordered a whole bunch of stuff last month. Well, as of today, it all came back and said that the bank refused to pay the bill, which is complete bullshit. Okay, complete bullshit. I ordered it in March. Okay, a bunch of stuff. It was. I think
Is
it
this
was,
what happened today?
Yes. It was 8 items, right? Ordered in March. They said that they didn't pay the bill. So I'm like, okay, well, repay it. I called them up. I'm like, just put it through again. I mean, I bought it. I got the stuff. So it wasn't that at all. I think Amazon got hacked. No one else has said this. I haven't heard it on the news, nothing. And the reason I say this is because I've had an Amazon for a couple of decades now. And we have our credit cards on file with Amazon. And there's like frickin' 30 of them. And the reason being is I don't know how to frickin' get rid of the old ones that are outdated. So there's literally like shit there from like, I don't know, being in 2000. Anyways, do you know, as of today, after everything was fixed and everything was good, do you know that every single credit card was gone? Not a single credit card was there. Zip, zero. Something is up. Something is up. But yeah, their system is busted. And I said this before, if those tariffs really hit China as I think they will, we don't know. The people in the U.S. don't understand how much of a shit show is going to happen. And the reason being is it takes about 40 to about 55 days to get a ship from China here. If you're going through, if you're going around one way into Texas, if you're coming around through, anyways, or if you're going straight into California, it takes about 40. And the bottom line is all the ships, all of the cargo that we've been getting, all those ships are they've already set sail before the whole tariffs and all the rest of shit happened, right? They're already gone. Well, now all of these ships are sitting there off their coast. They're not leaving. So once the ships that are there are finally unpacked and unloaded and the truckers have trucked them to where they need to be trucked, I have a sad feeling that the people that are trucking these things are not going to have anything to truck anymore because they're not going to, the ships are empty or they're not there at all. So we'll see what ends up happening, but it is a complete shit show. And like I said, Amazon is going to feel it because all of their Amazon Basics, Amazon Essentials, and all the rest of this Chinese shit that they have over there, right? Guess what? They're not going to get it. Matter of fact, Amazon canceled all of their orders from China just last week when I did the show. So like a week ago now. Those are all canceled. So we'll see what the hell is going on.
You guys.
Now she's laughing. She's
Because
giggling.
I'm
So
going to
that
share
means
these and you guys can have fun. You
something horrible is going to happen because she's laughing.
Because...
Shannon,
to
thank
make
you
it
for the
fun.
super chat.
Yes.
Wait a second.
And 20 gifted memberships. And he has to start problems with my hair.
Oh, fire that shit up. Hold
Of
on.
course.
Hold
Don't
on.
pull your earplugs things now.
My earplugs?
Yeah, your earplugs, whatever you call them.
Why, Fab?
Why not? And mine are falling out while yours are just perfectly flush with your big old ears. Oh, man. Yeah, well, no one said Walmart is going to feel it.
Walmart's going to feel it. Amazon is just going to suck it. I'm there for it. Suck it.
God.
And Bezos, this guy, right? This guy over here, he's going to
Bozo
feel
the
it.
clown.
I just.
All right, I'm backing up.
You're backing up?
I can't back up too far, though.
Are we good? Let me see. Let's
I'm
go.
good.
Are we going to hit it? All right. Here we
Oh,
go.
Shannon.
Here it comes. All right. Maybe we can actually hear it too. How far is it going to go? Shannon, do you think it's going to be a big one or a little one?
This big.
Because I haven't turned this on since last Friday. So here we go. Ready? 1.
Don't point it towards me.
I'm not pointing it to you. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Holy shit!
You're
Did
an
you
idiot.
see that?
I'm going to use that to shake your
I'm glad
hair.
you weren't sitting there.
Yeah, I'm glad. I think
It
you should
never
turn
does that.
You're such a liar. It does it every time you do it. It doesn't do it when I do it.
Here, you do it.
I'm going to use it for this little piece on the top of your head. See what
Well,
happens.
why don't you, honestly,
Well,
lick
why
it?
don't you,
Spit
style
on it or something.
Ew, no. Why don't you just fix it properly? Look at the back of your head with a mirror.
Shannon, thank you for that
Yes.
super chat. We fired it up. We did it. Yeah, and that was that had to be like 1.5 feet or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. Yes.
William said, give me a membership, a YouTube membership. Hello, Mo's Life said, hello, lurkers. Welcome to the surface.
Lurkers. Yeah, if you're hanging out, hey.
Fab's on fire. I'm on fire.
Throw the live a thumbs up if you have nothing better to do with yourself. If you do, throw it a thumbs down. Because you know what? YouTube likes it either way. People don't understand this, but if you give a channel or a video a thumbs down, it is equally as good for the channel as a thumbs up. People
Yes.
don't realize that, but honestly, that's the truth.
Memorable-
That's that behind the scenes truth.
Memorable Places says, he says Amazon is going to suck it as he
Suck
holds
it.
up a phallic symbol exactly and shaped like a rocket.
Wait a second, let me.
What?
Bezos is gonna suck it,
My gosh.
and I'm there for it.
Great.
They've been making so much money on the backs of people buying out their shit and then going and having it made in China and then selling it here under the brand of Amazon Basics, Amazon Essentials. Suck it. Suck it. All right? And that means that they're going to have to buy American stuff and sell that instead. Who would have thunk it? Can you imagine?
Oh my
Could you
God.
imagine that? That would be horrendous. What are we going to do? Where are we going to get batteries?
Oh my God.
What are we going to do? So yeah, I'm there for it. I got my popcorn out. I just want to see him just absolutely suck it because, like I said, that 45-day time frame is getting close to being expired, and at that point, that's when the shit's going to hit the fan. So we'll see. I'm waiting. I'm watching. Buy your batteries now. Like I told you in the last video, get all of your meds. If you have meds that you absolutely need, I'm not talking about vitamins and other BS, but if there's meds that you absolutely need, get extra if you can, just in case things get bad. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening.
Shannon, member for 16 months.
Holy
I have watched
God.
every single video and attended most of the live streams. I just want to say thank you to Joe and Fabiola for 16 months of quality entertainment and education. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Shannon. We really appreciate it. And I can't believe it's been that long.
16 months.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy. It really is.
I know.
It's a bit. It's a long time.
Yeah.
I absolutely, you know what?
appreciate you so much.
We love what we do here, on the Fridays. I love what I do when it comes to, putting together these videos. People that you're always going to get the naysayers like, oh, why you talk about, SpaceX, Starlink, you're an Elon shill or something. How much does Elon pay you? Elon doesn't even know who I am, let alone pay me.
I know.
If he did pay me,
If he does, can he please come see me? Because I have
some
requests.
I would have a pool. if Elon would actually pay me for the number of Starlink
In a
satellites I've
bathroom,
sold.
Sarah, it would actually be done.
I would have people like working on the bathroom. I would have a pool, all kinds of niceties. But yeah, no. I do it because I really found value in SpaceX Starlink for my family. My family did not have high-speed internet access. We were part of the digital divide, the haves and have-nots. The haves high speed and the have-nots of doesn't have the high speed, that we had just complete crap service from AT&T, DSL, and then finally Uverse. So I really felt that I wanted to tell people not only my journey with SpaceX Starlink, but also help people that were having a hard time with it because there was no technical support. There still is barely technical support. You can't really talk to people very well. It's mainly through ticketing. So that's why I did it, and I really, it's been great because we've really built an amazing community of a lot of off-roaders, RVers, people that are hikers. A lot of those folks are watching the channel. And, I just appreciate everything that people do, especially all those super chats and all of the,
Yes,
people.
and everybody that's like always here. I mean, a lot of you have
Yeah.
been here for a long time, and then there's the ones
And just
of
all the
yous that always
conversation. I mean, it's
are
great.
supporting, helping out, doing extra where obviously you don't have to, so it's very much appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just fun. It's fun. Friday nights are fun.
Hey, energies of service.
I
Hi,
like
Mr.
that.
and Mrs. Christina.
Energies of service. I like that, and I like your little
Jay,
logo.
I like that a lot, yeah. Hope you have a great stream this weekend. Replied shortly to email. Excellent.
Thank you.
Really do
you.
appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay,
let me
so
know.
I have something fun.
Let me know what's going on. I know we've emailed back and forth. Give me the lowdown of what's what, and if there's something that we can do, then by all means, we'll kind of chit-chat it out, talk it out a little bit. So, yes, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate it.
Ready?
What's that? Oh,
Round
shit.
two. You guys
You want me to
ready
flip
for
it?
this
Okay,
picture?
here we go.
Yes.
There it is. Oh, God.
I don't have to flip it around, right?
Holy shit.
That was our wedding day.
My
Could my hairpiece get any
My
bigger?
God.
Look at your hair.
Holy
it was so
shnikes.
so
And guys, you
tall.
can't even see the length of that hair behind my big ass head.
I know.
It is long. That
It
is
was
a
really
mullet
long.
of death. That is a big, serious mullet.
Mo's like round two, holy moly, ancient. You're the crypt keeper.
I'm half dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead.
You're just sitting here.
I'm just here.
It's your spirit.
Yeah, it's my. Yeah, you just like roll me in here like Weekend Bernie's,
Oh my god. Could you imagine? I love that movie.
and I'll do like this. You can like pull strings and.
Oh my god. Touch said, what was the Mexican bean sniffing?
Oh
What
my
an
God.
amazing pic.
Yes.
Sarah, you have hair like John Travolta. He really did.
And like I said,
Shannon said, I just don't have the words.
come on, you got to have words. Use your words. Use the words. Feel the words.
Rich Franklin said, was that only 2 weeks ago?
It was.
Mark, would you buy a car from that man?
I should have sold cars.
Joe rolled in, of course. JC with a mullet. Dang, guys. JC with a mullet. LOL, Fab, you're beautiful as usual. Thanks, honey badgers. Could my headpiece?
See,
though?
she was beautiful, and I was.
Yeah, but I was wearing like the biggest headpiece you could probably. It looked like a big muffin. Oh my god. Fun to look at wedding photos. Ours is 53 years old. Wow. Yours would probably look more like vintage, prettier. Ours was like so 90s, like
Yeah, yeah. Big
oh my
hair,
god,
90s,
Freddie Mercury
80s,
from
and-
Queen.
Wow, Freddie Mercury. Holy god damn. I'm just taking it tonight.
Yeah,
Holy,
you
I'm
are.
taking it.
It's hilarious. I love it.
I tell people all the time that, that was my hair then, this is my hair now, but this is the toupee. I glue this on like in the mornings.
Okay, but
So-
Joe is a cool guy, so I'm going to show you this one since we're going down. I mean, he is a cool guy
Oh my god.
when he wants to be.
Hold on. Let me
You just
flip.
can't see his face here, but
What is that now?
wait,
Oh my god,
oh,
now
where the hell am I going?
I don't know what you're doing.
There you go.
Wow.
We
I'm
will-
the cool guy. So
is a
that's
cool
my
guy.
R1. So I used to, that was my, there, let me go this way? No, this
No,
way?
this
I don't
way.
even know. No, this way. There we go.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I don't
There.
know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
There.
You do you. You do you. Anyway, so yeah, I used to stunt like on the weekends and stuff. We would have all the boys, and we would
Oh my
know,
God.
go to the shows and do all that kind of stuff. So
Low Tech
yeah.
Greg, I think you have Elon to thank for your gig fiber. They wouldn't have gotten off their asses if it weren't for Starlink.
Who said that?
Low Tech Greg.
Low Tech Greg, you are spot on. Spot on. If it wasn't for Elon Musk, right, and SpaceX Starlink, the people in the rural areas that are getting fiber today would never, when I say never, I mean no possibility of getting fiber. Abso-freaking-lutely not. Because they would continue kicking the can down the road, sucking the money, our taxpayer money, sucking that money from the government and doing shit for it. So you are, Low Tech Greg, on point, 100%. If it wasn't for SpaceX Starlink, they would not be putting this fiber out there because they were getting paid to bridge the digital divide by putting fiber out in the rural areas for like a decade and a half. Never freaking did it. Never did it. They would do the absolute minimal, and they would get billions. I'm talking B with the big capital B, billions, not millions, billions. And then they go and give Elon Musk shit for requesting money for his services. It was like $980 million, and they denied him that. But they would give it to AT&T and all the rest of them, Verizon. They would give them the billions, but Elon not, even though he actually did something. And we, sitting here in the rural communities, could actually have high speed, which they said, oh, sorry, Elon, we don't think that your SpaceX will ever go fast enough. Your SpaceX Starlink will ever go fast enough, so it's not considered broadband, so we can't give you the money. Yet, the rest of them never did anything, but they still got the money. So, yeah, it's just such the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is just unfreaking believable. And, yeah, I'm going to stop there.
All right. Excuse me. Tom Mussington.
Tom?
At least your wedding pictures were in color. We had to pay to get extra for color.
Yeah, they were. We had some black and white shots back then too. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
our first pictures were black and white.
That was inside a little machine.
It was inside of a machine, guys.
Stupid.
Inside a booth.
Yes.
A photo booth. Does anyone even know what a photo? Jesus, that's loud.
I'm
Anyone
sorry.
know what a photo booth is anymore? Like where you go in there, you sit down, it takes
yes,
the
they
picture,
know what
and then
it
they
is.
come out like in a roll.
Captain Banana.
Captain Banana?
You haven't lived until you lived in the 80s. I
hell
agree.
yes.
80s and 90s, yes. I don't care what anybody says. That was way fun.
We used to
way funner.
We would party. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, and Mo said Lionel Richie was the cherry on the cake. It was.
Thank you. I appreciate the Lionel Richie.
Ricky
Who
Joe.
else? Who else was it?
Well, there's a lot here
There's-
going
okay.
on. Dutch Lennox said Mexican with a helmet looks way better than that way. LMAO.
Wow.
Ricky
Well.
Joe says, speaking of AT&T, my internet airspeed has been fluctuating, and I noticed my RSRP has changed from 99 dBm,
yeah.
to 111 dBm. What causes the cellular signal to change so much even when I didn't?
Yeah, it just has to do with the towers. Sometimes the towers degrade, number one. Sometimes they go up there and they change the angles. It's just all kinds of reasons. It could be now all of a sudden you have more foliage between you and the tower. There's like a lot, sometimes when there's a period of time when all the leaves are falling off the trees, now all of a sudden you get better signal. You're like, wow, why is this great signal now? And then all of a sudden they all come back and now you have crap signal. That's how it works. So yeah, don't worry about it. It'll fluctuate.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Stu, for that super chat.
Dr. Stu explains.
My favorite saying, on your pics, words cannot describe.
Appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat and the wonderful words.
Yes. Do you think you would change anything you've done? regarding our life or what? Your tech stuff? I don't know. That was from Rich Franklin.
Yeah, so you know what? Qualify that. Put at JCristina, and then in the chat, qualify that. Anything you've done with what? With just life in general, or with the channel, or with internet connections, or whatever. Let us know.
Sarah said, JC, Elton John had hair like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, he did. But
Welch and Son Farm.
you know what? I'm not gay though.
Welch and Son Farm, 20 years of AOL or HughesNet, and I could never do this. 2 years of Starlink has been the best, and I can be a part of this live now thanks to you.
Anyone that had HughesNet or Viasat. I used to tell you guys all the time, just cancel the damn membership. I know the subscription sucks with them, and then they screw you by making you pay an exiting fee, right? Just pay it, trust me, and go with SpaceX Starlink. And a lot of people did, and they were very thankful that they did, because all of a sudden they had unlimited internet, and they actually had broadband, and not the crap that is given to you by HughesNet and Viasat with satellites that are sitting at 36,000 kilometers in space compared to 550 kilometers. It's a big, 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 major difference, and as you can see. So thank you. I appreciate that. I love to hear, good stories from people that have used my channel and actually got something out of it, and somehow it has benefited your life or your family's life, like it has for me. So that's why we say I'm not a shill. I just tell it how it is. And if Elon does something that's complete crap, I'm going to call it out. I'm just going to tell it because, he doesn't pay me. He doesn't know me from Adam. But when it's good, it's just simply good. And that's kind of why I talk about it. So.
Okay. George Ordway. There is an app called Marine Traffic that gives you real-time traffic. It was interest to see the movement of good during lockdown.
Oh, the goods? Okay, gotcha. I didn't even know that even existed. But
of course not, because how are you going to find out, right?
Yeah, throw a URL. I would love to see that. That's
Welch
definitely
and Son
interesting.
Farm said, darn, dude, the cartel is looking for you.
Yes.
Jackson Gaming, I live in Australia, and we will never get gig up and gig down only unless Starlink get to those speeds.
Yes. So SpaceX Starlink will be getting to gig speeds. Like I said, they did get approval for the extra bandwidth. So gig speeds are there. They've already tested it. They don't talk about it, but I'm telling you insider information. They have tested Gigabit, and they can send they can send from the satellites Gigabit without a problem. So that is a thing, and it will be the case that you will need new equipment. And that's why a lot of people always, they ask me like, hey Joe, I have a Generation 2, the fully articulating one, the one that spins around by itself. Should I get the new one, the Gen 3 or the Gen 4? And I tell them all the time, they're going to keep on coming out with new ones because they're going to get better and better and better. The frequencies are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, more and more. So we're going to see another generation come with the higher speeds using the extra bandwidth. So right now, a perfect example is the internal bandwidth. And I talked about this in the gigabit conversation that I had. The gigabit conversation that I had in the last video was not about gigabit for our speeds coming down from the satellites, which is coming also. But I was talking about gigabit when it comes to in, let's say, studio or in your home. Right now, their SpaceX Starlink router has, they use 2.4 gigahertz and 5.0 gigahertz. But they're also starting to use 5.9 gigahertz. And that's going to help out a lot of different things. Not just the speeds between the mesh network that you can create with these things, but also the movement of data internally, whereas it's going to get better and better and better, more like a gaming router compared to the AC router that they're currently using, which is kind of subpar, let's just say. It's outdated. Anyways, more questions. Once again, if you have a question, put at JCristina so I can find them, so Fabiola can find them.
Yes. Mo said, Mark Patonchik said, Tampon Tim, Tesla at 225 and falling. LOL. Oops.
Yes, Tampon Tim, gotta love that guy. He's awesome. Tesla's falling, and you know what? I'm happy about it. Okay, I told a family member that the magic number for Tesla is 130, right? And this was during the pandemic, and I screwed myself because it got to that point. It got to that 130 magic number that I stated. I think it got to 126 or somewhere around there. But I didn't buy. So as of right now, guys, I don't own any Tesla. I can tell you because, a lot of people will say, oh, you gotta, if you own, you should say on the channel. And I don't. I don't own any Tesla. But if it falls because these dumbasses are burning the shit down and doing all this stuff, I'm there for it. Because what people don't understand is right now, we know Tesla as a car maker, okay? In 10 years from now, you're gonna know Tesla as a robot maker. And those robots are gonna be in every freaking home, okay? Mark my words. So when you're investing in Tesla, you're not investing in EV, you're investing in the next generation of robotics. And having let's call it a mental servant near you at all times. Basically having the equivalent to Grok wandering around, but also can do shit besides just give you information. So anyways, that's my take on it. You do with it what you will, but are you going to still...
Sorry.
Drinks? Do you need like a cough drop?
No, I need a vacation.
Okay, vacation it is. What do you guys think about Tesla?
Mo,
In the chat, let me know.
Mo said, how is your Linux and audio problem?
Mo, no more problem, because I got rid of all of the nonsense, and I ended up going with a setup that is super simplistic. I have a Zoom, okay, instead of a Tascam or instead of just any of the other ones, okay. I have a Zoom. And it's a 4x4 or whatever. Anyways, the Zoom. It's a podcaster, I think PodTrack or some crap like that. Anyways, got the Zoom. And I have, for a microphone for us, I have the same microphone that I use for TV production. This has been a staple on all episodic TVs, all movies and whatnot. If there's someone wandering around with a boomstick, it has this mic right here on it. And it's a Sennheiser. It's a 416. It is by far just superior to every other mic, and you can keep it far away from you, and it still has a good, rich sound to it. So I did away with the multi-mics and all of this happy horse shit, and I went down to the basics, and I said, you know what? I'm going to use the same thing that we use on the sets. So that's what's going on now. So I don't care that Linux has a problem with pipe wire, and eventually they will fix it. And once they do fix it, I'm going to tell everyone about it. But if anyone wants to do multi-mic on Linux today, I'm going to tell you to get any type of unit that does a division of mics. They usually do it in stereo. It will not work. You can do whatever the frick you want. But anyways, in short, we're not doing that, and everything is working as of right now perfectly. Now, pretty soon on the 28th, what do we got now? Today is, hold on a second, you can kick me later. The 28th, we're on the 25th. So in 3 days, I'm going to be covering Jeff Bezos. Hold on, do we have him here? I don't have him anymore, shit. Jeff Bezos and his Project Kuiper ULA launch. Okay, I'm going to cover that. The last time I tried, we were on here for like 5 hours and the damn thing didn't launch because there was weather off the coast of Florida. No shit. Every single afternoon it rains off the coast of Florida, so stop launching in the afternoon in Florida. In the summer, you're an idiot. Okay, so anyways, I digress. So the 28th, they're going to attempt again. I will be here live. Definitely hang out with me. Okay, and then I'm here for, I cannot wait for SpaceX Starlink. Is maybe they're going to deploy those couple of satellites out there with the Starship coming up too. That's probably going to be what, 2-3 weeks away or so. We'll see what happens with that. But at that time, I'm going to be able to test everything too. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, questions.
Yes.
Questions.
Low Tech Greg, NGI. I had the mullet with a tail halfway down my back too.
Yes, I didn't have it halfway down, but it was good. It was like a little bit less than mid-back. It was a serious tail.
Yeah. 83 Jeep. Have Starlink for 3 years now allowed us to get rid of Dish Network. Hooray. I know. Sam.
That right there is huge.
Drone Oki. Wondering how many free referral months you have gotten on Starlink.
That's a good question. I'm going to have to look that up. Ask me again on Friday.
Jackson
Next
Gaming.
Friday.
Will we have to pay more per month for gig service? Will we have to pay more for...
Yes, you will pay more for gigabyte service per month. They're not going to give it to you for free. And chances are the gigabyte service will start out as a corporate thing. And then it'll trickle down into, service for us. And we'll probably have to pay more because that's a lot. That is a lot. And bear in mind, this gigabit is not going to be, it's not symmetric, right? This was going to be gigabit down, and I'm gonna guess they'll probably hit about 50 to 80 megabits up is probably what it's going to be, right around there. Close to 100 megabits they can probably do, but they'll definitely get a gig down for sure. But they need the new version 3 satellites on orbit, so we got to wait for that.
David Arsenal. I had advised that I had used it. I had AT&T and I live in rural area, and 2 years ago I finally got Starlink. It's been a blessing. I can actually watch some TV and make some phone calls.
Could you imagine TV and a phone call? God forbid you do that with AT&T or with any Uverse or DSL nonsense. Look at this. It's so sensitive, I think. I heard Joe fart. I appreciate that. Is it really sensitive?
Okay.
They usually are sensitive. So
sorry.
if it gets too
me, it's
loud,
just
you let me
because I'm
know
like,
because I can turn it down. This thing is super, super sensitive. It does take 48 volt phantom power, but it doesn't need a lot, and that's why it's used on the sets because you can literally just boom it and be about 3 feet away and still get a really strong signal out of it. They're sick. It's just, it's
Sick,
just
I
sick.
say.
They just are good. I don't know.
Rich Franklin. Sorry, using crap phone for creating this, but referring to your working life. I've put in for SpaceX job. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will occur, but I am in Chicago to go to Houston. Well, lots of luck to you,
Lots of
Rich.
luck to you. Fingers crossed. SpaceX would be
That'd be
an
awesome.
amazing company to work for. It is the future. Same thing as Tesla. Same thing with Neuralink. Same thing. all of his companies. They're just they
Well,
are
he
that
would-
good.
But he was also referring to that question of would you change anything?
Yes. So and that's just life in general or what I do. So
Working life.
Yeah, working life. So so as of right now, what I'm doing, I was doing some behind the scenes work like episodic TV type of stuff just, a year or two ago. Now it's basically, I'm doing the majority of the things that I do is going to be here on the show. Okay, I do a lot of this. I do consultation a lot when it comes to SpaceX Starlink. People, they want to build out these big networks, and I'll build them out. We've done a lot of different commercial jobs building these things out because that's what I do. I'm a system administrator, but I'm also an artist. I went to 3 different colleges because I never knew, and still to this date, do I know what I want to be when I grow up. So, would I change anything? Probably not. And as of right now, if someone says, oh, you can go work, here or there or whatever. if I got a job with Elon, right? Let's say something here locally, maybe on the Space Coast, because he is going to bring the Starbase 2, right? The new version, the new Starbase here in about 3 hours north of me. I think it would be great. But, he's really looking to hire really young blood, 18, 20, 25, 30 probably the max, really, really brilliant minds. And those are the people that should be involved. Now, if there's something that I could do, I would probably do it because I just love what he's doing. But if it wasn't for that, I really enjoy what I'm doing. I love you guys. I love doing, all the stuff I do. So I don't think I would change much. I really don't. I think, I think that, as you progress and you get older and you see things, yeah, there's things that you like, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have done this. But honestly, I don't wish too much, honestly. I enjoy what I do, So, but anyways, hopefully that helps a little bit.
Okay.
Give you an idea of where I come from, what I do.
Ricky Joe said
What I
I
don't do.
fixed my backup camera on my Toyota 4Runner. I used
There
a
you go.
wire from an old charger that the end broke on me, so I cut 4 feet of it, stripped it, and twisted the camera wires together. It works.
And there you go.
That's fabulous.
I like that. You see that? There you go. Do it yourself.
Shannon said, I'm happy to get to buy low. I have faith. Joe said, it's a
Yes.
small world, but I knew a honey badger that worked for a tech company out of Broomfield,
Oh,
CO.
okay. Out of Colorado.
Ricky Joe asked,
Sweet.
what do you use to provide Wi-Fi from the fiber in the studio since the fiber gateway is at your house? Does the Pi provide Wi-Fi, or you got a wireless AP for the studio fiber Wi-Fi?
Yeah, so I have a lot of stuff going on. So I can do it multiple different ways. I can do it through air, through a gig connection from studio all the way back to the house. But I'm currently running it through a Cat 8 cable using burial cable under the ground. So I get full throughput in studio as I would if I was just sitting there right on the unit. So that's how I'm doing it right now. Do I need to do it that way? No. I can still get a gig once again through the air. But I tell you guys, and I do it myself, right? You know, practice what you preach. If there's any way that you can do a connection through hard wire, do it. Do not rely on Wi-Fi. That's just it. I mean, Wi-Fi is great, but the bottom line is it's not as great as just something that's just hardwired, period.
Drone Oki, iRobot, great movie, coming to life. Yes.
Yes.
Mo said Tesla will be a robotic company by 2035.
Absolutely.
Rich, I own Tesla stock, but it will be interesting to see what happens, like the robotics and AI.
Yeah, I really would like to see Tesla in the hundreds. You know, I want to see it sub 200. I really would like to see that.
Sarah said JC1NZ has recently bought in text by satellite using Starlink.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Rich, we put a solar system on our daughter's home. The heart of the system is a Tesla battery. Runs the house for 6 hours each evening. Cuts electric costs a lot. Thanks, Tesla.
Absolutely. The Tesla wall. Did you use 2 or 1 of those big Tesla batteries?
You did this one already, right?
I did.
Okay. Mo, Sunday, 28th April, ULA, Project Kuiper.
The 28th, yes, that's right. Be here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to broadcast. Just bear in mind, Project Kuiper or ULA, when they launch, it is not as polished as and I'm being very nice about it, as a SpaceX Starlink type of launch or even a SpaceX Starship, anything SpaceX. It's just not that polished. It is just kind of thrown together, and we're basically listening to comms and trying to discern what the hell they're talking about. And that's what I was doing. And for some reason, I was hitting it pretty on target the last time. But yeah, it's like that. It's like that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it launches this time. And they don't do it in the damn afternoon in Florida. You idiots.
Mo said, this is a little bit ago because obviously I'm
that's
trying
fine.
to catch up. Mo said, did the video just buffer? Is it my imagination?
It shouldn't buffer unless it's YouTube.
And then, damn, it is me, Mo.
Come on, Mo.
Jackson Gaming, because right now here in Australia, I pay $140 a month. Shannon said, it's you. Patio Nelson, aloha, Big Island here. You both are amazing, fantastic channel.
Thank you for being here.
Rich Franklin, hopefully they will be very careful on pricing as the other, while cheaper, are really not worth it. And I've had both AT&T and Xfinity.
Yep, that's the problem. 100%.
Welch and Son Farm, 284.9 a share for Tesla. As close today, you can buy a few shares at
What
a
is it,
time.
284?
284.90.
Can't
Trying
do
to
it.
put $750 with $750. They do not have dividends. A month, you can, and buy 3 shares, go slow.
Yeah, no, it's too high. I mean, too high. It wasn't 400, so.
Oh, Peter
too high,
Gosling
so.
had a really good question. Who is the longest member here?
That's a good question.
How would you find that out?
How
You'd have
do
to
I
look
find?
at-
I couldn't
have
find
no
out.
idea.
I don't know. I don't know if you can, if that's even a way to, if there's a way to do that. I don't know.
Sky Beetle 65. Why would I need Gigabit?
Why would I need Gigabit or gigabit speeds? It just depends on what you're doing, honestly. A lot of people don't. But if, like, for example, here's a perfect example. Let's say you have a house and you have, I don't know, 3 TVs in the house, and they're all 4K TVs, and they're, you have, your son, your daughter, and maybe you're in your bedroom. Maybe you have a grandparent or someone. Maybe you have multi-family home or whatever, and you have many people watching TV, right? Well, every one of those 4K feeds take a certain amount of bandwidth, and it all adds up. And like someone was saying, how now they can actually watch TV and make a phone call. Well, that's a big thing. And when you have so many, maybe you have a son that's sitting there playing, I don't know, Call of Duty or something, and that's taking a ton of bandwidth. And all of these things, they add up. So having that gig allows everyone to do whatever they want and not have to worry about someone else having to get off because they want to do something else, So you can be doing FaceTime, with the kids in another country even, and still be watching 4K video on 4 different TVs and not have to worry about it. That's kind of the reason. Do you need it? No, you don't need it. But is it nice? Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Let's see. Shannon asked, did you cut your hair before college? And I said, nope, not until about 3 years after we got married, because during college it was in style. It was
because
the
when I
look.
went to college, it was like
It was the
thing.
look, Shannon. It was the look.
I went to college in the 80s and 90s, so yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Arnie, how are you?
Arnie's here.
Yes. Let's see.
How you doing, Arnie?
Ricky Joe, I turned my guest Wi-Fi into unlimited device access. Basically, by changing the subnet mask, it changed my max available IP addresses from 254 to over 16 million for the guest network.
Well, it's not really, but yeah, the AC router still has a maximum number of guests or number of devices of, I think, 128, 126, 128, something like that. I think it has to take 1 or 2. Anyways, the bottom line is no. You're not getting that many. You're getting, if you have an AX router, for example, you're getting a maximum device of like 220 something, 230 something, somewhere around there. So, but either way, if you have 200 guests over, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I mean, that's a lot. That's, or 200 devices, it's a lot. Even 126 devices is a lot. But yeah.
Okay. Rich said 2 battery deal was back ordered, so we went with the 1 big.
Oh.
It is big, but does a great job.
There you go. It's perfect. That's perfect.
Dragon TC201. I had DSL with Frontier for 5 years while waiting for something better. I had to convince my wife that the whole setup would be worth it. I've had it for almost 2 years and we love it.
There you go. Convince the wife. That's what you need to do. You got to do it. You got to do it. And now you probably, if you asked your wife today, you said, how about if we go back to Frontier and we get rid of this? Would you be okay with it? She would lose her shit. She would smack you over the head. That would be it. So yeah, there's sometimes a little convincing. It's not a bad idea. What is Arnie saying? Good evening.
Good evening from
Possum Town.
Let me see. Wait, hold on. Welsh and Son, we would miss you and that great bride, so stay here, please.
We're not going anywhere.
James Morrow, CJ James, good evening from Henderson, Nevada.
Sweet. Nevada.
Joe Bosey, Antique Atlas 5.
Atlas 5? What is that? Atlas? Antique?
Atlas 5.
Oh, yeah.
Answering your question. Let's see. Mo said, China Air returned 3 Boeing planes due to tariffs. Better safe than sorry. A wink, wink. Mo, I have to travel in 2 weeks. I want to talk about planes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these planes, Mo.
Yes.
There's way too much going on with the planes that shouldn't be going on with the planes.
I mean, at least to us. Or maybe it's just because we hear about it because everybody has the access
But then
to
we also hear about it that doesn't end up on the news. We still hear about different things that, with
that's
the
true,
planes
too.
and stuff.
I just
that
don't want to
shouldn't.
talk about it because I have to fly across the whole entire country in 2 weeks.
It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Let's see. So, your haircut.
Yes.
Mo said it was very fashionable.
Appreciate that.
And I said, yeah, was in it. And apparently the mullet haircut made a return. Yeah, no, seriously, the gym bros now, like our son, he has kind of like a mullet version, and it's all curly and
like
short on
big.
the sides.
It's big. Look at this. Arnie says, 50 years ago, my hair went to my shoulders. There you go.
See?
There you go.
Sky Beetle 65, thank you. I am the grandpa. They can read a book.
That's right.
Oh my God, that's funny. All right, let me see what else.
Once again, guys,
Yeah.
you know, maybe not for this time, but in the future, if you guys want to send any in the chat, any kind of links, any URLs, put them in there. Anything that you want to share or whatever, and it's interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon.
We can definitely bring it on with us, and you know, kind of see what's going on. See what's going on.
I have another picture that
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to show for memorable places.
Do it.
If you're still on memorable places, this is for you. So
Oh,
I have a
God.
new pinky ring, but I wanted to show because
There you go.
you can only
It's here.
see it. Yeah, I know. You can only see this very, very up close, and I just had it custom made because, you know, I have to have that.
Can you read that, guys? Yes.
It's on my pinky ring.
See, this is how she rolls.
This is me.
Why is she like that? That's all I want to know. So yeah,
So,
that's what's on her pinky ring, guys. That's what I'm dealing with.
Oh my God, I love it. All right. Anybody else? If you have any last minute questions,
Put them in there.
Yes.
Yes. When we get out of here.
Put at JCristina so I can see them. Shannon said, "Were you an extra in the movie Scarface?"
Thanks.
That's funny. Skippy, USA, my gaming PC uses 185 gigabits of data in the last 30 days. My cell phone used 75 in the last 30 days. TV with Amazon Fire Stick gone bad? Not sure.
What? Let me see.
The gaming PC uses 185 gigabytes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of data in the last 30 days. The cell phone used 75 in the last 30 days. TV with Amazon Fire Stick gone bad. Not sure.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I know that the Fire Stick that we've had problems with it too. And we've gone through a couple of them already. I'm thinking about getting rid of it. I'm thinking about getting rid of it and just using the onboard, because we use the Google, what is it, YouTube TV or whatever for our channels. So I'm using a Fire Stick just as a means of controlling it. But you want to know something? I might do a video on this, guys. Here's some bullshit. Okay?
Oh God, here we go.
Here's
We
some
couldn't end
bullshit.
it.
No, there's just some bullshit.
Bullshit.
And most of you guys probably don't even know this. So check this out. Remember I told you that Amazon had I think they had a break-in. They didn't talk about it. You didn't hear it anywhere, but you hear it here first, right? You might never hear about it because all of our credit cards are gone and like everything got reset. That should not happen. We've had the same account for 20 plus years. Anyways, when this happened, okay, Amazon put the account, my account, on hold, okay? Put the account on hold, pending them fixing it, right? I had to call them and fix it. Well, guess what? I couldn't watch TV anymore. I could not watch TV anymore. Why is that? Because we use a Fire Stick, which is made by Amazon, and the Fire Stick then has Google TV installed on it, and we use that Fire Stick to navigate, let's say. So, what does that mean, guys? That means that even though you bought a Fire Stick and you're currently using it, if your Amazon account ever goes south, guess what? Your TV goes south because you can no longer use your Fire Stick. What is that all about? I could have swore that I bought the Fire Stick. I didn't know that I was like leasing it or renting the Fire Stick. I thought I bought it. But guess what? Doesn't really matter. You didn't buy it. It's leased to you. So once again, that is a freaking problem. That is like a class action lawsuit to me. And probably most people don't even know about it. That is complete bullshit. Why is it that you can buy a Fire Stick and then not use it once you no longer have an Amazon account? What is that? That is nonsense. Complete ass nonsense. Because I'm not using it for Amazon TV. I'm not using it for Prime. I'm not using it for it doesn't allow me to even use it as just a means to get into Google YouTube TV. So yeah, what complete Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Kevin said,
Bullshit Bezos.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Bullshit Bezos. That's bullshit. Tell if there are any, please, anyone that thinks that that's not bullshit, please tell me why, because, I could be wrong. But that is complete crap. That means that you really don't own it. Why do I have to have an Amazon account to use a Fire Stick if I don't use the Fire Stick part of it, if I don't use the Amazon part of it, the Prime and all the rest of this stuff? Why? I mean, that is a problem. That should be like up front. They should tell you that, but no one knows that. And I wouldn't know it either until the account went frickin' south because they screwed the pooch or whatever the case is. Jeff Bezos over there. Yeah.
He's your favorite.
He's my favorite.
He's your favorite.
People always say, "Why do you hate Bezos? Why do you dislike this guy?" Well, it's because of the practices of the company are just, I would say, just simply nefarious. They're just shit. The stuff that they do, and I've talked about it in the past. I'm not going to get into it, but the stuff that they do to the people that sell through them and all the rest of the people. Anyways, yeah, I'm not going to go any further.
You're
because
ranting.
I'm ranting.
You're ranting.
Yes.
Okay, Skippy USA. He has a high-tech haircut. Fragile NM, thank you for the super chat.
Fragile,
Have you
thank
tried
you.
Roku?
No, I haven't, and maybe that's the next one I buy. Do they actually lease it to you, or do you actually buy the Roku and you can use it without having a Roku frickin' account?
Rokuku.
A Roku
Okay.
account. I just want to use YouTube TV. That's it.
Shannon said, if you have not liked this video, please do so. I also heard if you subscribe, you get an autographed photo of what was shown earlier. Cue the photo for demonstration purposes. I love that.
God.
That is hilarious. That's funny,
Thank you,
Shannon.
Shannon.
I like it. Joe Bozy running a SUS tri-band router with Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 7 Mobo, and desktop. 2 tablets, 2 phones, desktop, laptop, smart TV, all running during the day with Gigabit service from Spectrum. Works well.
Perfect. Yep. And the reason it works is because it is Wi-Fi 7. It's not the Wi-Fi 5 stuff that SpaceX Starlink has. It's not Wi-Fi 6 even. You have the latest and greatest, the brand new, multi-band connectivity. So that's awesome. That's a great setup. That's why I tell people all the time, get a gaming router, bypass your SpaceX Starlink router, and you will just thank me. I promise you. Ask Shannon. He'll tell you. It just simply works.
Okay.
And you will get faster speeds. Absolutely. Anyways.
Rich Franklin, thank you for always being there and helping us all out.
Thank you for
Thanks
that.
for being here, Rich. I'm so glad you guys loved my ring. Let's see what else I can come up with. I only wish that the writing, because you can't really tell when you choose the writing, if it could have just been a little bit bigger, because you kind of really have to squint to see it. So maybe I'll get a knuckle ring like I used to have that just says fuck off.
I think she's just going to get like MS-13 tattoo that just says
really?
F off.
Really?
What? I'm thinking that's what she's going to have.
Are you seriously comparing me to those buffoons?
F off.
That, yes, but not tattoos.
You don't want to do that?
No, and rings. So when I have to, then it really makes an impact.
But it'll be there permanently.
No, but you need the metal.
People just talking nonsense. You're like this.
No, it's called a knuckle ring because you have to have the metal. Like, that's the whole purpose of it. Get it together.
See?
All right. Mo, don't laugh at him. That's not, I'm going to do it. Watch.
You do it. You do it.
Memorable places. Scarface is the one that bought Fab that ring.
Yeah.
RGSD rules. No questions, but thanks for the evening.
Thank you so much for
George
being here. Appreciate you.
Marine traffic app for phones.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, it just skipped real quick. Shit.
Well, at least you haven't been jumping a lot. I
no,
like this.
Because I opened it up this time.
Yeah,
I opened the
like
whole screen like that.
It looks like it's doing better.
It helps better, and yeah. Welch and Son Farm. Let's go, Brandon, for the next ring.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's do it.
Let's see.
I have a Fire TV Cube and 3 Fire Sticks. If that happens to me, I'm going to be pissed. Yep. Kevin, I promise you, if you shut down your Amazon account, your Fire TV Cube and all 3 Fire Sticks will no longer work. You will not be able to use it for your TV at all. I promise you. Test it out. Log out of Amazon or something, and then see what happens. Your Fire Sticks will not. It will not work.
Sarah said that on YouTube yesterday, there's a guy who reviews Fire Sticks every 2 weeks, and Amazon have upgraded for sticks to a new OS called Vega.
Really? Okay.
Rich Franklin said that it's a lease account. Mark Spencer said Roku is very good. Fragile said Roku is owned, so far so good. Kevin said, I have a Fire TV Cube and 3 Fire
Yeah, I
Sticks.
just read that.
Okay. RGSD rule, Smart TV doesn't need a Fire Stick for YouTube.
Yes, that's
TV.
true. That is true. The only reason why I had the Fire Stick is because I like having a controller for Fabiola and for the kids, and having
like a
some type of
controller,
control
I do.
in comparison to just using the TV controller for the LG TV controllers, kind of shites.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that great. So I tried Apple TV too.
Can I ask
Don't like it
someone-
at all. Some people love it. I did not. You didn't like it either, the Apple TV.
No, I didn't. I mean, the YouTube, right? That's what we have.
Yeah, but through
it's
Apple
a little
TV
better,
controller,
but
yeah.
it's better than the other one, but the other one, no. But I'm going to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Because you can never give me an answer, and
Yes.
maybe someone has the answer.
Someone, please answer her. Whatever the question
We
is.
have what do we call the thing that we have for the speakers? What's it called? The big thing with the volume.
The receiver?
The
big-
receiver.
Yeah.
Our remote control for that receiver doesn't actually belong to that receiver, and we bought that back in 1999. So this old ass remote
Old
control
ass. She's not
never
referring to me though.
freaking worked, and now it's dying. Like the button for the volume, it's a challenge. And every time I get this guy, I'm like, find a universal control. And he's like, nobody makes one. We can't find one. I'm like, so let's get a new system. Do you know how expensive this thing is? This thing, nobody can make this anymore. This costs a lot of money.
I talk like that
Just
too.
like that. Does anybody know of a universal control
I've
that would work with a receiver, for the love of God?
Yeah, I've tried so many of these universal receivers, and they just like 2 features will work, and then the rest don't work. I don't know. Maybe there's some magic one out there.
Somebody, help me.
Help me. Who do we got here?
Anyways.
Ricky Joe says Roku requires a Roku account, but it's a free account. Don't require a credit card to set up. That's what I'm talking about. That means that you actually own the Roku,
Yes.
but they're probably using the account as a means to save your data on the back end, and you not needing a credit card means that you're actually buying it, and then that's the end of it. So you're probably right. The Roku probably doesn't do it, but Amazon does. Why? Because they're frickin' shalted. They're shady asses, and that's it. No one knows this, but you do not own a Fire Stick. You do not own any of these products. If you shut down your Amazon account, you no longer have TV. Done. End of story. You can just use your smart TV, and that's it. And if you don't have a smart TV and you're just using the Fire Stick plugged into your HDMI, guess what? You don't have TV at all. It doesn't work anymore. Excellent. MS-13, laugh out loud from
Wow.
Mo.
RGSD Rules said universal stereo remote at Walmart. We bought one for ours.
Yeah,
And it works, but like our receiver is really old.
Yeah, it's old. And just some
But
of
I'm gonna
it.
try it.
Some of them work, some of them don't. But yeah, we can definitely try it. Why not? We just return it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Honey Badger said you may be able to download a universal remote control
Tried that
app.
too. Nope.
Oh,
doesn't
that
work.
didn't work either.
Nope. Tried all those.
So see where I'm stuck? He doesn't want to get a new receiver system, so we're literally at the tail end of pushing this one button that really is the only button left that works on this thing for the volume.
It's horrible. It's horrible. We're
It
gonna end
never,
up having to get
actually, it never even worked because the control wasn't even
Oh,
the
power,
same brand.
The power button never
No,
worked on
none
the
of
thing.
that stuff
All
worked.
right.
Just, yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, O and N is good. Ours was 1998. Okay.
That's not bad.
Can you send the link or a picture? Send it to Joe's
Send a picture,
email.
send a link, send whatever, send the email,
on his
send it
website.
in here. You can even paste it in here. We'll take
Oh,
a
yeah.
look. Why not? What does
Yeah,
Shannon
we can't
say?
go to Radio Shack anymore. I wish.
What does Shannon say here? He's 100% correct. Also, new OS, not likely. On older devices, that could be too. Just new ones. That's possible for
Yes.
sure. And then,
Bathroom.
Yes.
Mark.
Bathroom, there will be some work done in the bathroom this weekend. I cut a bunch of marble 2 weekends ago. Obviously, it was Easter weekend, and I didn't do anything on that. But anyways, yeah. I just have about maybe 6 marble tiles to cut coming up this weekend. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get those cut. It's we're down to having just enough, so I cannot screw the pooch when it comes to cutting these tiles. So I got to be very... I got to measure 6 times and cut once, not measure twice, like 6 times. I can't, I don't want to have to go and buy another box of marble for one piece because I messed it up. So, yeah. But yeah, we're almost there. We're on the home stretch.
Yes.
Let's see.
Talking about Linux, what do you recommend cloud storage or hard drives to back up your work? Inio-san asked.
Yeah, so I wrote a book back here, you can see it, called How to Create a Digital Fort Knox, Backing Up Your Digital Life. And I wrote that book because I made a unraid server, not a raid server, but an unraid server out of like 12 to 15-year-old parts that have been sitting in a garage. And I take people through this journey of doing it. That unraid server is still running like 3 years now. It's running 24/7, 365 days a year for like 3 years since I wrote that book. Okay, that's my suggestion when it comes to storing stuff locally. Now, if you want to store stuff in the cloud, I don't mind that. I think it's good, but use the cloud as a tertiary source, right? You don't want to use that because if the cloud ever rains, guess what? All of your data gets washed out. Right? So it's kind of scary. People use the cloud all the time. They don't think about it. They upload all of their family pictures, all of their kids' pictures, everything. If something happens, guess what? You have nothing. Zero. So I recommend having a unraid server local to you as a backup. And then have something in the cloud also. And if you want to go even deeper, have a tertiary, like a final source, I would take that backup that you have, then make a backup of the backup and store it in another location in case of a fire or something. And that's not the cloud. That would be like in a safety deposit box or maybe a mother-in-law's house or something away from where you are. That's when data is really important to you. That's what I would do. Anyways,
Okay,
read
really
the book.
quick.
Matter of fact, that book is free. If you go to JCristina.com/books, once again, JCristina.com/books, you'll get the prologue to that book for free. Go check it out.
Sarah said, JC, I posted a link twice about Fire Sticks, but you keep scrolling past it. My bad.
Why do you keep scrolling past it?
Because Sarah, you're putting at JC, not at JCristina, so it doesn't highlight
Oh, it
the
doesn't
comment.
pop up.
Sorry. I just noticed it.
Gotcha. Yeah, on our side, if you put at JCristina, maybe you see it too, it pops up in bright orange. You can't even miss it.
Yellow.
For you, it's yellow?
Well, oh no, it is orange.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
like bright
Yeah,
orange,
bright
for,
orange.
For me. And
Yeah.
So what did she say?
Well, I have to scroll back to find
Well-
it. Posted a link twice about the Fire Sticks, but you keep
Yes.
scrolling past
What is
it.
it? What is the link? Let me see.
I don't know because I have to go back and find where she posted.
Well, you know what? Before I go back, I have to say thank you to Shannon.
Yes.
20 free memberships. Guys,
So if you just got gifted a membership just now from Shannon, please give a shout out. And don't forget that if you were on earlier and Peter Gosling gifted 40 memberships,
Yes.
please give a shout out and say thank you to Peter for the memberships.
absolutely. that
Thank
would
you
be
for
awesome.
kicking it off on a Friday night.
Do me a favor, Sarah. Put that in there again. I'm scrolling back and I can't see that link. It's not popping up here. Just stick it down below. I'll see it right now. Just put at JCristina. It'll pop right up. Ricky Joe says, oh, by the way, you say this channel is always about the Y. What about the A through X and Z? I kind of like that. That's not bad, all right? Them are important too. Yes, yeah. That's how. You know why I always say it's about the why? Because a lot of channels that you go to, you know, you're trying to figure something out. They tell you exactly how to do it, and that's the end of it. And for me, like, you know, I don't learn that way. Like, I want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think that that's very important because even if you're not doing step by step on the how of something, if you understand the why, then if something changes, you can go and do it yourself because you understand what you're doing. And that's what I try to do with a lot of these videos. That's kind of like, you know, I've got this a lot of times over the 132,000 people out there. I get a lot of messages and whatnot, and they thank me at doing this whole why thing and explaining things very, let's say, easy to understand. That's kind of something that I try to always do when I'm doing this, is try to make it so that it's not so techy, but techy enough, but still make it, kind of break it down so people understand the why behind it. So anyways, that's kind of what I do. So hopefully, a lot of people like it. Some people, they don't. They say, can you get to the point faster? Because I do, kind of run on. That's just my ADD shit. That's just, that's kind of who
Rico
I am.
Suave. Do you think we can
Rico Suave.
remember that singer?
Gotta love it.
Are
Yes.
you the singer?
Are you the singer?
I remember that. That was a great jam.
Yes.
Do you think we can one day have a space cloud service? It will rain data one day.
Rain data. Yes. My thought is that we are going to.
Sorry, it's Shannon.
Shannon, my thought is we will have a internet duo, like an internet version 2, an internet, however you want to look at it, a secondary internet in space. And I think the majority of the data is going to be culled and worked through, and a lot of the calls are going to happen in data centers that are in space. These data centers are going to be large satellites. They'll probably run on radioactive material because they're not going to be able to do solar because it takes too much power. You'll still be able to cool it down, not a problem, because the vacuum of space is extremely cold, so it's not going to have a problem there. The major problem it's going to have is with power. Like I said, they'll probably be run on some type of let's call it radioactive material. That's just how it will work. And I think there will be another, internet. Now, will that internet be like the dark web type of thing where it's going to be, maybe only for military? I don't know. But I do think that there will be one. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. That's just one of the things that I've thought that will happen for quite some time now. But who knows? I've been saying it for years. It's not happened really as of yet, but maybe it will. We'll see. Questions. We are going to get out of here. We got 5 minutes, and then we're out.
Yes.
What does Shannon say here? What are you laughing about? What
Well,
is it?
first of all, can I talk?
Yes.
Thank you. Space Cowboy. Back in the 90s, no Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, only infrared readers on devices like your receiver. Yes.
That's true.
Also, do you guys remember the remote controls with the wire? You could only go as far as the wire.
However, the wire.
The cable.
And the cable was like 15 feet long.
Yeah. Shannon said, I think I saw the BS meter, but do not remember seeing Dancing Elon. So I
No
just
Dancing
put,
Elon.
No, can you
Is he
not?
there?
I just put him there.
Oh, he is there.
Stop touching.
Don't
God,
touch.
You're like, stay in your lane. God, so annoying.
Stay in your lane, Joe.
in your lane.
Do not
Stay in
push
your
the
mic.
Stream Deck buttons.
Yes. Lurkers, do you have questions? Mo said.
Come on, lurkers.
Drone Oki, push button cable remote. Yes, I'm that old. Us too.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. And we're
Yeah.
not old. We're just wise.
That's it.
Space Cowboy, later, guys. Have a good weekend. You too. Thanks for being here. The Flying Rocket Tool. Shannon.
You gonna push it?
Okay, no. That's,
Push it.
This is my job. And also, I was trying to do the other stuff, and they're not popping up.
What's
they
not
were
popping
popping
up?
up before, and then they're not popping up now.
Oh, maybe because it's on us. I probably have to move them. Let's go jump over to here.
Oh, there it
so
is.
you guys
see?
can see each
so
other.
now, see all the buttons? Because...
Look at all those buttons.
Man.
Fab. You just got buttons. Just
yeah,
doing it.
because you just suck.
We got Elon. We got a flying rocket. We got
Yeah.
YouTube running. This is just crazy.
Welch
what
and
an
Son Farm,
amazing
maybe
show.
a Hobo Kelly dancing, LOL. Gary McAdams,
if
enjoy the
anyone-
show, guys. Have a great weekend.
Listen, if anyone can get a dancing Jeff Bezos, please, okay, email me. I need a dancing Jeff Bezos for the next launch, and it's on the 28th. So we got 2 days to find a dancing green screen Jeff Bezos. Please, guys, find it for me. Find it. That would be hilarious. I would just love it. Or just him just popping his stupid head up. That's good too. I'll just have him pop up every once in a while. Be like, there he is.
George Ordway. I came back from lunch and my boss was white as we went to the studio. We went in and the control booth was covered in half pieces of a 1/4-inch tape. Just got done with the project.
So yes, That's how it works.
Arnie said today I drove my Tesla and got several thumbs up.
Jeez.
Love it.
Wow. Not like
Love it.
death threats or like Molotov cocktails.
Ricky Joe said, did you find a dancing Bezos for the launch on the 28th?
See? Wow.
Energy of Service, thank you again for another super chat.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much.
great weekend.
Send
You
over
too.
that email.
You too.
We'll go through some stuff.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. You have a good weekend.
Yes. Push button cable.
Push
No,
button, yeah.
wait, I saw another one that said my grandpa was my grandpa's remote
grandpa was what?
control, like, you know,
Oh.
instead of the cord.
Yeah, he was the remote control maybe?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, flip the station.
Yeah, Skippy said it. Skippy.
Skippy. I love it.
Welsh and Son, maybe a hobo Kelly. Oh, yeah, Kelly dancer. Who is a hobo Kelly dancer? Who is that? What did I miss?
Who else do we have here?
Kevin, like always, a great show tonight. Thanks for all the info. Have
Thank
a great
you.
weekend. Mo said, I'll look for the gala Jeff Bezos.
Please find that.
Peter, didn't Google have internet on balloons?
They did. What the hell was it called? I don't remember. But yeah, they did have internet balloons. Let me see. Google. Let me see. Google internet balloons. I think, was it called like balloon? Hold on. It's like on the tip of my tongue. What the hell was it called? Yes, loons. Loon. Yes. Right. It was their moonshot. Here you go, guys. Let's put it up. Or you know what? We'll go full screen. We'll keep Elon launching his frickin' missile down there, and we'll go full screen with it. So this was their bullshit. Okay, this is what they were doing. This balloon would go up into, let's say, the stratosphere. Oh, they actually say, yes, goes up in the stratosphere, like I said. Anyways, beaming internet down. So this is this loon project, which ended up being loony. And guess what? It was a complete and utter failure. Look at this. Brings billions of people online. The internet has transformed the way the world communicates, learns, governs, and exchanges ideas. But billions of people across the globe lack reliability, affordable access, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So this was an idea that Google had. And when did it stop? I think it was like, I don't know. It was years ago. They cut this whole loon bullshit out. In 2017, when in this Peru, major hurricanes, blah, 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 they use this stuff, building the balloon, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, this is basically what it was. It was like the beginning of, let's say, low Earth orbit stuff, but this was on balloons. You know, you'd have balloons sitting up there, which, you know, is kind of ridiculous, but ridiculous or not, that's what they tested, that's what they tried. And you know, Google has more money than they have sense, you know, so kind of like Bezos. And they just throw a lot of shit against the wall and see what sticks. That's just how they work, and that's not a bad thing if you can do it. If you have the money to do it, it's a fantastic thing. I mean, if you think about it, Elon Musk does the exact same thing. He throws a lot of shit against the wall to see what sticks, and that's why he blows up these crafts like he does, because it's a means for him to iterate and then innovate, because the iterations happen faster and faster because they're blowing them up. So the innovation can happen quicker also. That's why they went from a block 1 to the block 2 build. The block 1s weren't blowing up, the block 2s are blowing up because they changed things up a lot. Now they're going to go to a block 3 they're working on already, because there's some big changes that need to be made. And I even talked about this. When they did the modifications they did, those modifications were actual metal modifications. Things changed, and in so doing, they ended up causing problems. And a lot of the problems were harmonics. And that's that vibration that happens that starts shaking, literally shakes the crap out of the vessel, out of the ship, until it blows up. It just shakes it to such a degree that it starts pulling pipes, and it just, yeah, it basically blows itself up due to the harmonics, that shaking. So anyways, they're going to have to change that, and I think that's what they're doing with the Block 3. I don't know that. I'm just speculating here. That's what I would do. I'm not a rocket scientist, obviously. Bill Franz, thank you so much. A massive super chat from Bill. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Really do appreciate you. Blessings to you and your family. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
Man, those super chats have been just coming in and the free memberships
Yes, let
and
me
everything
just finish
today.
through here real quick.
Really, really nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mark Spencer, I just double checked the new router I purchased 3 months ago, and it's gaming router. Woohoo, LOL. Still using it for my old internet connection, expiring on the 29th.
There you go. Sweet.
Arnie said, good evening to the Christinas. Thanks for the enjoyable evening.
Thank you, Arnie.
And like I put in the chat, you guys, if you got a membership from Shannon or Peter Gosling, please give a shout out. Say thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. It keeps everybody growing and in the community, so it's tons of fun.
Yeah.
Michael Johnson, think I missed a show, huh? But you can rewind.
Rewind. Did you say rewind?
I did.
Rewind.
We're talking about 80s, 90s stuff.
Yeah, so you can rewind.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Rewind, be kind.
Yes. Oh
right?
my God! Did you really
Wasn't
go
that like
there?
Wasn't that the thing?
That was for
Rewind.
Blockbuster. Okay.
Be kind. That was Blockbuster. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What else? JCristina, Rich, what brands of gaming router were extremely well?
Asus has a really good gaming router. You know, I like the just honestly, if you get a gaming router, which is an AX router that is a multi-band router, if you can find Wi-Fi 7 instead of Wi-Fi 6, that's always benefit too. But Wi-Fi 6 is good enough. It's much better than what you see with the router that comes with SpaceX Starlink. So get a gaming router, get it from Amazon. If you don't like it, you can return it. Who cares? But just understand, the router's going to be like $200, $250. Some of the good ones go over $300. But you really get what you pay for. And you're going to get faster speeds with SpaceX Starlink. But you're also going to get a little bit lower latency, and the traffic within your internal network is just going to simply just be snappy. That's just the way it is. So anyways, give it a shot. And like I said, if you don't like it, return it to Amazon and call it a day. But Shannon, what does Shannon say? Super Chat will help you purchase that next microphone because something tells me you're not going to like this one either. Do you think so? I don't know. We're going to see when we do the first video using this mic. The last videos that you've heard, they just have been using the lapel mics that are really shallow, really hollow. This one should be better, and it's highly directional. So when I'm dead center of this doing a lot, just a video, it should be even better than what you're hearing now where we're both off axis. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what it sounds like. But like I said, this is the mic that we've been using for episodic TV forever, for doing movies, any type of professional work. This is what we're using. So.
All right, that's
yeah.
it. We've hit the end of
Did we hit the end of the internet?
Yes.
We did?
Sarah did say that she put that link for the Dancing Jeff Bezos, but it got removed.
Why did it get removed?
Censoring much? Censoring? Are we censoring?
Okay, so you know what?
I don't
Put the link again, but instead of copy and paste the link, put like, I don't know, XXXX before the HTTP. This way it doesn't even know it's a link. See if that works.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that.
Really quick, Skippy said AUS Rapture Wi-Fi 6AX gaming router.
Yeah.
Dual 2.5 gig. WAN
Quad core.
LAN ports, quad core.
Yeah.
All this.
Yeah, that's a yeah. You need like go with the AX, the highest AX number that you can find, right? That's going to give your highest speeds. Let's say.
John Wolf
I'm not
said
going to get into
6E
why,
router.
but what's that?
John Wolf said 6E router.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean that's good. You got a Wi-Fi 6 AX, that's fine. Like someone was saying, if you can find a Wi-Fi 7 router, they're going to be more expensive, but they're going to be a little bit quicker too. But that's good enough. Trust me. Even a Wi-Fi 6 gaming router, you stick that in there, and then come back and you tell me if it's faster. If it's not, it's going to be faster. Trust me. I've never had anyone try it that didn't find it to be faster. So give it a shot. Like I said, if you don't like it, send it back to Amazon. So anyways, guys, listen, thank you so much for everything that everyone does. Thank you for being here. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Blessings
Shannon,
to you.
thank you so much, as
yes,
always.
Shannon.
Peter Gosling,
Peter.
Mo. The few of you that are on here are always kind of like,
All the
you know,
time.
helping all the time, on top of everyone that's here all the time supporting us. And everyone that's new, thanks for being here.
Yes.
And obviously everybody chimes in, so I love it.
It's
Good
awesome.
times.
It's awesome.
I hope you guys had a great week, a great Friday, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, and we will see you next Friday. And I will see you on Monday with a new video. So, yep, it's in the can already. It's sitting there waiting to go. So
Yes,
Monday
and
you're gonna
making
see
fun
it.
of him. It was fun.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
If I find any new pics, I will show them next
Yes.
time.
And you know what I'll do? Next time, I will actually unglue this toupee and I will take it off. And you will see me,
This is so stupid.
and you will see me bald. Okay? I'll do it. I will unglue the damn thing. Okay?
Oh my God. All right, you guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll leave this going, even though we will shut down. We're going to leave
yeah.
the chat going for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Anything you guys want to say,
Yes.
write it in there now.
All right.
And once again, if anyone finds that Dancing Jeff Bezos somewhere, if you
And
can,
just-
stick
can't
it in
you
there.
just
I'm gonna
email
do a search too. But if you find it, put it in there anyways.
Yes.
Blessings, guys.
All right. Good night.
Take care.